Congratulations! You've been accepted into the greatest agency in America. We literally take our time and go out there and fight evildoers and prevent crime in this great country. The only thing between crime and America is the ATF. So this is your indoctrination video, and I am pleased to welcome you into the ATF. Hopefully, maybe I might see you in the hall someday. So let's take a look inside at the possible jobs you can decide to pick inside of the ATF. Alright, one of the first jobs you can be is an entry guy. So what you're going to do is actually enter the premises to apprehend the criminals. Now there are very good tactics that can make a difference between life or death. So, you take your gun, and you grab the dog, and you grab him by the head, and you shake him, and you go over the top, and bam, and you shoot it. Now that's the long-standing tradition of how we've handled things inside here in the ATF, but we've gotten a lot of criticism lately about us intentionally killing house pets. So we're going to be using a little bit more of less than lethal options. A couple options we got here is the less than lethal stick. This will just stun the animal. This way we can have time to apprehend the criminal. It's very effective, works great. Or we got the heel hammer. This will just lightly stun the animal, just lightly, leaving them perfectly unharmed. So you can just take it, when you see the dog, you hit it right in the head. And that'll stun the animal. This way you have time to go in and apprehend the criminal. So let's take a look at a couple other jobs you may be possibly considering inside the ATF. My personal choice, I'd be an entry team person. I have at least 15 Rottweilers and somewhere around like 6, maybe 6.5 Cocker Spaniels, because I missed one, underneath this belt right here. It's quite glorifying, or I should say gratifying. But we're not here to kill animals, we're just here to arrest the criminals. It's just that because we're going to be going into houses, and that's a skill you need to know. But again, you know, we're starting to move away from lethal options. We're going to use less ammunition, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to be using bayonets anymore. I got to check into this. It's just what I've heard through rumor. We're going to be sticking with the stun club and the heel hammer. Alright, so this department doesn't actually have a formal name, but I like to call it the keyboard commando. What you're going to do is take this laptop. With this laptop, you are going to use the internet. With this internet, you are going to surf the Book of Faces, the tweeters, the Instagrammers, the YouTubers, and you're going to type very, very mean messages. They call it trolling. And with this trolling, you're going to try to get them to say something that would put them in violation of the law. Once you have that, you're going to log their screen name in. We're going to track them down, and then we're going to arrest them. Now, if anybody reports anyone on the internet to you, you're immediately going to move that to the trash file. Because if somebody's reporting somebody to you, they're doing your job, which means your job is not relevant, which means immediately get rid of that. You do not want to look into anything anybody sends you. Just immediately move it to the trash department. Otherwise, you may not have a job. You want to stay relevant, so you need to find the criminals yourself. Now, basically, we're just going to feed you large amounts of cocaine and Red Bull, and you are just going to surf the internet, looking for people that you can trap into admitting to breaking the law, and then we will go track them down. This department isn't really that great. I mean, it's kind of boring, but you get to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and play on Facebook all day, so it's got its perks. If you choose to do this department, don't expect to talk me into the hallways, because you're not one of the cool people in the raiding team. So let's go take a look at a different department. So another job you might decide to do is the Science and Research Department. This job takes some serious grit to be able to pull off. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to sit around and smoke marijuana and dose each other with LSDs and come up with new and exciting ways to interpret the law. since most Americans don't really break the law anymore because they lost their soul, we just change the law, so the law breaks them. So, in the middle of the night, we will determine that the interpretation of a law is now interpreted differently. So people that were not criminals are criminals. Now this is very important to the ATF because without this, without the Science and Research Department, we simply wouldn't be relevant because there's just not enough people breaking the law. So we have to take people that don't know they're breaking the law, make them break the law, so we still got a job. This is the backbone of the ATF. Like, here's a couple of exciting projects we've been working on. So the first one, we're going to take a rifled barrel. Just hear me out. It's going to sound a little crazy at first, but it'll start to make sense. We'll take a rifled barrel. Normally, it would be measured from the firing pin to the muzzle, giving you 16 inches. But what if we now only count the actual rifling as barrel size, turning a 16-inch barrel into a 12-inch barrel, instantly making a whole pile of felons overnight that we can go and apprehend. Crazy, isn't it? Like, that's exciting. Another one we've been working on is turning novelties illegal. Even though novelties have not been illegal for like 50 years, since basically the formation of our organization, once we got our foot in the door with bump stocks, now we can attack novelties like fake auto sear pin holes, the hand grenade paperweights, auto key cards. We could attack, oh man, those people that have the mortar shells for piggy banks. Well, those are now NFA items. Those 50 caliber bottle openers. Any of those in California? Boom! Against the law. Felon. So that's our next big move, is we're going to start attacking novelties now. So just take stuff that forever has never been considered illegal in any way, shape, or form, and we are literally going to make those items that have been sitting in people's attics, on their office desks, in their bedrooms, all NFA items now. Think of how exciting this is. You can just about walk into any house in America and find some sort of novelty item that is now against the law. Now, you don't want to just restrict yourself to guns. If you have like an ex-girlfriend or a rowdy neighbor, or you want to steal some wine or something like that, feel free to just go attach them to the criminal board, and we'll dig through their history, their internet searches. We'll try to get them with some sort of affiliation. We will find a law they broke. So this is a real strong department to be in. 1, you're high all the time. 2, anybody you don't like, just put on the criminal board and we'll find a law they're breaking. 3, you get to keep our agency relevant by reinterpreting laws in ways nobody ever thought was possible before to keep us relevant. Make the money, keep the business going. I mean, not business, agency going. So, if you choose to be in research and development, just let me know, and when you arrive here, I will direct you to the proper department. Couldn't resist making a video like this because there's some people that have this conspiracy saying I'm an ATF agent, which is laughable. But whatever, we can all use a little bit of humor in our lives, can't we? Can't we? So, gotta feed into it. Anywho, if you like to support the channel, as always, got my Patreon, got affiliate links in the description, and I just wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers. We hit 100,000 subscribers. Woo! Love them subs. Thank you guys. Thank you. And the predictor says I should be at 1 million in about 2 years. So I will see you at 1 million. Let's just keep trucking along. Man, like, thank you. You guys just, wow. Thank you. And right there is my very first mistake. It's not the action I wanted, but it's the action I can get.
Oh, that's real good.
My house had got broken into. It's not the action I wanted, but it's the action I can get.
What a guy.